Greetings fellow Shadow Raiders, Kropcio here and this is Raid Shadow Legends free to play. New Curse City rotation started a few days ago, we got still 3 weeks and 4 days. I've got for you some tips and tricks how to progress in the hardest levels here to get all those juicy rewards. If you're interested, please stay tuned. Okay, before we'll jump to the Curse City itself, let's start with some kind of warning if you would like to replicate the progress that I made here, because I was still using champions on the 5-star level, and this is only possible if you got more or less good gear and you are using your presets. And you got your presets well organized, and also if you got decent bonuses here in affinity bonuses. So mine is not fully maxed, so I'm still working on a few remaining pieces here. And for arena bonuses I've invested pretty heavily here for the Curse City, so I've got already a few categories maxed. So I started with ignore defense, speed and crit damage. Hold up guys, now it's perfect time to click on my link in the description to get free Narma as well as 3 more insane free epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and then install, click on the link in the description and register with brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial, go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get free Narma right after the sign up, as well Anax, Uugo and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. Click on my link right now and let's crush it. Then I went for the resistance, because usually not building a lot of resistance, so this will help on our champions. Then attack to boost attack based champions, just clear faster. And now I'm working on HP boost, so here I'm just missing like 50 crests to finish this update. Will I go for the defense and accuracy? I'm not sure yet, but this is still work in progress. Curse City hard mode, let's go. Let me take you through my way, how I'm doing this. So I'm starting from C, as we all do. So I'm going through Bomal, then on the right through the bridge to the Black City, then to the Soul Cross. And yeah, we are starting to clear all those stages. So as you see here, almost everything is done, only 3 stages are still in progress. Yeah, so that's the current status. So let's jump to the each separate nodes and give you some kind of idea what kind of teams and champions I was using, so maybe you can replicate it. So here on S1 is Alice together with Aetol, so those champions are on level 6. The rest of the champions there are still 5, and generally there is no need to build them for now to just clear this content. If you need some help, so for example you can jump to the champions here and bring one of the supporting sets. So I've got 2 already prepared, so we've got shield or bolster, so let's put bolster here for example. So this champion will provide at the beginning of the fight 30% of HP shield all the whole team, which is great. So for sure this will help to survive some early attacks. So that's the first stage. So we are going on to S2. So on S2 we've got Cross Warbreaker, recent fusion, yes, so for sure he is useful here. But generally the MVP is this rare champion, so Soundbound Bowyer. She's great, so just equip her with the best nuking gear set and she will just delete everything what's possible. Together with, of course, Farakin the Fat, because he will enable her a little bit more, because Soulbound got A1 AoE, so this hits pretty hard, and with ally attack from the Farakin you can do some sneaky damage here and there. Let's jump to S3. So here I was using my mythical champion, so nice, but I think you are totally fine if you build your Xenomorph, which is a very cool looking champion. But also I think Ninja can handle it even by himself, because he got this crowd control move here with the freezes, so this is crazy. Of course using shield set or bolster set will help, because those attack based champions, they pretty low on the HP. Nice here is some kind of exception, right? Because, you know, this is mythical. Let's jump jump to S4. On S4 finally we can use our Leonardo here, so he's shining here on this stage, so very nice. And finally using my 3 shield node, so he's a reviver, so if anything bad happened, he is healed to help. For sure you can use a guaranteed void legendary, so Uros the soul cage. Besides that, yeah, this is void stage, so depends what champions you manage to get, but we're talking about, let's say, guaranteed Ilio. This is free to play Urost and rare champion. Let's jump now to Iron Twins. So in Iron Twins finally we've got some challenge, HP and support, so you cannot bring a lot of damage here. In my case exception is nice of course, but you can easily replace this champion with someone else. For sure you will not find a lot of damage in this setup, but even this sneaky dwarf granite doorkeeper will help you in this setup because he can hit pretty hard if you got build him. Besides that, all those legendaries, I mean, I was pulling in my summoning police session, but there are some free options or maybe some fusions. So for fusion is Esme, Armans, we've got free Loki, so all those well built champions, legendary champions with souls, so will help you a lot. Just being build tanky team and survive here a lot. So resistance is very crucial in this stage. Let's jump to S6. So this is rare and epics. As I remember, the MVP is of course Luria. So her A2 with block revive, this hits pretty strong. That's pretty strong hit. Besides that, the rest of the team is just to keep team alive, stagnate for decreased defense and decreased attack to keep threat from the opponents on the low side. That's great. Let's jump to S7. So S7 is another rare and epic only team. So you probably know who is the MVP here. Of course, this is Dark Elhain, so her A2 is just deleting everything, which is great. So we are bringing her to this team. A Seeker, so he will boost the turn meter, increase attack. We've got Gorgorap if something bad will happen, so he will revive. Recent addition to this account, so I've got Catacomb Counselor, so he's also good, so build him fast. He will just add additional attacks to your best champion because he got ally attack here on A3. And we've got pretty good crowd control champion Skeramis, so generally that's the option. So that's normal epics, so nothing amazing. And they're all them are 6 on the 6th level. So now where things are starting getting tricky, because all those 4 stages, they are pretty tricky. So who is the MVP here? So for sure Zargala, that's Big Nuker from the Orc faction. Also this bear is doing great work, so if you manage to build this champion with good gear, of course 6-star soul is giving him a lot because Crushing Rend will ignore defense, so in this case this is 23% less defense on those champions because he will ignore this amount because of the Crushing Rend. Of course we've got Pan here because I love these champs, and we've got Hoforis. Hoforis is still 50 and Miss Radiate Lighty, so he's still level 5. Yeah, and that's this team I managed to clear. Let's check maybe if possible how much it took. So 19 turns, so pretty fast clear, so nothing amazing. Before we'll go to Sun Devil, let's jump to S23. So this one could be tricky if you do not have a lot of awakenings, so you need to bring 20 stars here. So at least 4-star per champion. So here I'm using Ninja with other champs, Thor and Ancora, so those 3 are guaranteed. Besides that, those 2 you will need to figure out something else. But there is option like Quintus, Lydia is available here, also Mitrala, so that's the option, so plenty to choose. Depends of course on your star because this could be a blocker. So let's jump to the Sun Devil. So Sun Devil I was doing with this team, my time is 144 turns taken, but generally I think you can do this stage with just Embrace, just switch to the second form and you are good to go. Pretty easy. Okay, let's jump to S10. So S10 is Pretty simple, just put Marius here and job done. Of course, if you do not have Marius, Leo can do the work here. So this is voice stage, right? So it depends who you have. At this stage, yeah, there are some options for sure. Basher will be useful, Akentum, Genbo will be also useful, just pure damage. Let's jump to another stage, S11. So here we've got Spider and Ice Golem. Yeah, so I think this rotation is a little bit tougher because we do not have here available, which is a little bit shame because it will be much faster. So in this case we are going pretty tanky team, and generally Embrace will do the job for you. He is Manis here. Let's go to another one. I think we'll go to the which is work in progress later. So let's jump to S13. So this one was quite, I would say, tough because I will need to bring a lot of good gear HP base, because this is usually those champions are HP base. So we've got Bowl, we've got Gnalhorn. So here is for the control. We've got good damage from Vuzgar. Generally his A1 is great, but you will struggle to find damage in this setup. And here we are limited to the rares and epics. So I was able to clear this stage with those champs. Even Vrask was not level 6, right? So let's check the timing. So yeah, over 267 turns, which is a lot. Pretty tricky one. Let's jump to S16. So this is another void stage. So Arbiter, we've got Arbiter here, we've got Lady Noel, and we've got Sir Nicholas. So this duo was guaranteed last year, and you can bring besides this crazy dwarf. Of course you can have Godseeker Aniris, so she's for sure great, but generally this is like no damage team. So you will need to bring some damage. I know this dwarf is crazy, but if you want to bring someone else, I heard that Ethlin the Golden can do some work here, or maybe you should just slowly, because this team will never die, just slowly chunk them, and this will take like 5,000 turns and will be done at some point. So in my case it was 106 turn. Let's jump to 25, another awakened stage. So here we need to bring blessings. So for sure Marius here is the MVP, but besides his awakening you will need to bring other. So that's my team setup. We have plenty of options here. Mitrala, Lydia, Lady Mikage, Marius, so those three options. Even, yeah, Mad Hatter with Soul will be very useful here. Pretty nice one. Okay, Fire Knight. Time for the Fire Knight. So let's see what kind of team we got here. So we are limited to the Barbarians, Dwarves and Ogrins. Defense and support. Those restrictions are crazy, but luckily we've got Haikatun, we've got Knut. Knut is of course the MVP here, but if you do not have Knut, this will be a little bit for sure slower. So Epic, Old Grakas, this is like must have champ here. We've got of course Morak Bronzelog, so ally attack and double hitter as I remember on A1. Higher blessing you can bring Phantom Touch, so more hits. I was using here of course Brogni because he can just put shields and block debuffs. Buff which Fire Knight would like to at the beginning put on you. What are the other options here? Let me check. Free to play options, maybe some epics. Yeah, she can do the war because she can place decreased speed, which can be useful, but we've got decreased speed from Old Grakas. Yeah, so this will not be easy, but we've got of course Skull Crusher, so you can build a team around him to just counter attack and just shield down very easily. So this should be pretty easy rotation for this Fire Knights. Okay, let's jump now to S20. So S20 is Force, Defense and Support from those three factions. So we got Skinwalkers, Lizardmen and Shadowkin. So that's an option here. So the only damage that I'm bringing here is just this bear. So Ursine, Ironhide. I think nobody's building this champion, but yeah, if you got big soul for him, just build him, he will do the work for you. So Python is just to survive, Mikage just to control the waves, and I've got Forest on level 50, so he's a reviver, so secondary one. And we've got some control from War Chief, so I recently got this champion and even good soul for him, but generally he is just to be annoying in the wave. Okay, so let's jump to S18. Yeah, so this one was pretty crazy, and it will not be so easy because I was a little bit lucky because I've got Rathalos here. So Rathalos just deleted wave 2 with one shot, which is pretty scary, and I was struggling a little bit, but once just he did that and everything was fine. So Rathalos is big. For sure you cannot get Rathalos anymore, but we got other options for the damage here. So we've got 3 Leminisi. Mine is not built yet. I've got big soul for her, so she probably could do a similar thing. We've got other damage dealers with some debuffs like decreased defense. What options do we have here? So yeah, my options. Knife of Hearts, that's an option. And also this Duidan, the Runic, Sylvan Watcher champion. So that's the option, but I finished this like this. So pure damage, I've got some shield set or bolster, I don't remember which one at this moment, yeah, but this helped me a lot here. So Rathalos the MVP, but Leminisi can do probably the work the same. Another one is S21, so this is Void, so not easy, but we've got here our shining star Lamassu, so build her fast, she will rotate, and for the control for sure bring Umbral Enchantress, so this is must champion here. Generally for my account she will control those waves pretty hard, and I do not have a lot of damage because my Seer is not ready at all, and we do not have a lot of buffs in this team to just do the damage, but for sure if you got build Seer that's fine. And also another option is to bring Fellhand, so he can also do some work here. So that's 2 options. But just to control them, this duo. So Lamassu plus Umbral and you are good. Even White Dryad Knee, she can also reset champion cooldowns, but only by 2 turns, which is great. And we've got 3 shield not just to revive. Amazing stuff. Let's jump to S24, another awaken stage. So we've got 2 free options. Generally all the options are free, something like that. So you can replicate this pretty easily. Fusion, free, everything is free. Let's jump to double boss stage, S15, so we've got Fire Knight and Ice Spider. So for this one, for sure, please bring Phoenix. Phoenix with A1 can block revive, so that's what you need to bring for the Spider. And for Fire Knight here got, as I remember, it's 15 hits you need to bring shield down, so similar setup as on the previous Fire Knight stage. So we've got Gnut, we've got Morak, we've got Deacon, so that's the options. Of course, if you do not have Gnut, you can bring someone else who else can help. Yeah, this guy for sure, because I think his A1 is also triple hitter. Yes, this is triple hitter, and he can do some damage with A3, so this is recent fusion. And we got also fusion Lysander Beastbane, so that's for sure will be helpful because he's also bringing a lot of multi-hits, so double hit, so yeah, you can do a lot. With Frag, yeah, so they can do a very good job. But my team was something like that. Okay, and let's jump to the final stage that I managed to clear. This one was, I would say, pretty easy, but doable pretty nicely. So first thing, Fabian. Fabian is just so fast. Just put your team skills to the cooldown, because that's what Fabian is designed for, and then just do the damage. So Lysantir, Mikey, or in my case Renketon, great champion. Just give them the damage, so they will delete the mirror copies, and then you can slowly deal with bosses. Not even slowly, because we've got all the debuffs, so decrease speed, decrease defense, weaken, whatever you want, so everything is in this team. So if you do not have this guy, so everything should be guaranteed. You can bring, what you can bring? Let me think, even this champion. Yeah, more damage, why not? Okay, it's time now for the stages that I'm still working on. So let's start with S12. S12 is not easy one because we've got some good champions at the final wave, but here's you can struggle and the same because we've got a limitation to spirit, defense and support champions. Not many people will have Firol. Firol will help me for sure. I've got double Kyoku here, so for sure I will use this champion, but the second copy is not ready. I've got here Verona the Silken. She can revive. I think that will be a good option. I'm not sure if I will be forced to build her to 6-star. I will try without 6-star option. And the same for Kyoku second copy. And here we've got, of course, our great Steel Skull. So this champion is great. So especially in Curse City. So this is crazy how this epic is impactful. Yeah, so that will be my plan. I'm not planning to build anything extraordinary for that. Let's jump to S14. So this one is tricky. It's really tricky because let's jump maybe and see what we have at the beginning. We've got those two red guys, so I think this is Cupidus. So they are putting some counterattacks, right? So, and that's how this fights look like if you're not ready for that. And generally this is end, right? So yeah, for that we need to bring something special. So for sure some big shields, a lot of control, and probably all those I know he's not equipped. So those two stages S14 and 19, those rewards gives fragments for the remnant summoned, so that's probably they are so tough. Yeah, so my plan here will be probably to build finally Knave of Hearts, so she will be much tankier, so I'll give her big shield set. And I'm thinking here about building Nazan. Her A3 can also hit pretty hard. She's attack based, one champion, and this is on the fritter cooldown. You got some decrease attack, so that's an option. Husk is not doing great because he's doing a lot of damage against bosses, but against waves, like rather like control champion, so we can stun here and provoke on A1, so that's the idea. We've got also here Basilisk, so his AoE A1 and stun and A2, so yeah, stun set candidate, or maybe some damage, we'll see. So that's an option. I do not think that there is other champion that screaming to me, build me. So this guy is so bad that I don't want to use him. Even I've got big star for him. So that's probably an options here. And let's jump to S19. So for S19 we've got even more troubles because here we've got only like one, maybe two 6-star champions, but those epics are not crazy. So we've got Infernal Baroness, so defense based damage dealer. So we've got AoE here and AoE here. So we can do some damage potentially, but what's the problem here? So let's jump once again to this stage. So the problem here is once again, so if we will hit Marichka, those Tarases will delete you. So let me just present. Okay, this man is down. So what I need to bring here? The same in the previous rotation. The idea is to bring Old Bond, and we've got some good utility here, which I'm planning to use because this is 4 times attacking at random, right? And we've got some chance, not a lot, so this is like 50-50 because 30 here plus books, it will be 50. I will get block active skills, and that's what will disable those counterattacks. So then we can just delete Marichka and then slowly just deal with the rest of the team. Because if we will not delete Marichka, so those Tarases will destroy us. And that's the problem. So this block active skills will need to land on both Tarases, then we can just progress. So that's the option. So I'm planning to build Old Band. I'm planning to build finally Mistrader Deity. Yeah, so he can with decreased defense, so generally he will be the weapon to delete Marichka. That's my plan. Pan will help with that, so he will bring like weaken or other stuff. He can also self buff, which is great, and control on the freeze. I'm not sure about do we done, because if we'll if I will build Nazana here for the other stage, yeah, so I can maybe bring a shield set for this team. So probably this could look like this. So I have like 3 champions to build. Another option is this guy. So this rare champion can also be useful because we've got team up ally attack with other 2 champions. Sorry, random ally, only 1. Okay, and we've got decreased speed. This is 100%, but small version. But if we give him good blessing that can just switch to do this. Let's go here. So this blessing will switch small decreased speed to big decreased speeds, which can be useful here. So that's also an option. I'm still debating. Please let me know maybe in the comments to build Nazana, this guy, this rare, or maybe even Duidan, the runic. That's also an option. So because here we need to provide some survivability to the team. Maybe even this guy, HP base and HP pool is pretty high. Yeah, so that's the options. Of course, if you need some inspiration to find best teams, you can push this button and check how players doing those stages, right? So we've got deity, outbound, pan, and generally looks like this is enough. Also, I'm assuming this is a lot of damage. +4 blessings are okay, but yeah, a 6-star soul on deity, so this will do the work. In my case, I do not have such a big soul, so let's jump to S14. So for this one, we got crazy stuff, we got Predator even, which is great, just soloing this stage. I'm not able to get Predator at this moment, we'll see. And also this rare Basilisk, I mean rare epic champion Basilisk, it can solo that, which is crazy. I'm not sure how. Let's jump to S12. So for this one, I think there is plenty of options, so this is so bad. Okay, so this duo, so Ragash and Grand Old Pardrick, I think that was the name, they are doing the job. I do not have those champions, I've got only Firol, yeah. So that's the option. I hope you enjoyed this one, but before we'll finish the video, so let's jump to the Amuse. So for Amuse, there is plenty of options. You can go with damage. Got Marius here, so we can do some damage. So this should be pretty easy one. I'm not sure if we are struggling a lot, so let's find the best team. So 1 turn, like explode Amuse with those teams. Yeah, it's possible. So I hope this will help you. So thank you for watching and see you on the next one. Cheers.